Welcome back, boys. All right, we're going to go ahead and get into this playoff series here up against the Minnesota Wild. Recent history shows that Chicago's played pretty well against Minnesota in the playoffs. I believe they won the last three series in a row against Minnesota. We're going to go ahead and take a look at our regular season record against them. Just kind of see how we matched up. Don't see any there. We have an overtime loss there. A loss there, a shootout win there, so it's 1-1-1 right there. 2-1-1, 2-1-1, 2-1-1, 2-1-1. Preseason 2-1-1. Only 4 games against them this year, it looks like. So, with that being said, I think there should be 5. Maybe I'm just overlooking it. But I see all of them are pretty close games, overtime or anything like that. So that's that. So yeah, as this is gonna keep moving along here, we're gonna keep an eye on everyone else here. Kind of look at the playoff tree just to get an idea. Just come down here, go to the playoff tree. So we would be matched up against either St. Louis or Nashville, and then the Stars are down there. So. In the Eastern Conference, Capitals are up on Tampa, and then Ottawa's up on Carolina. Okay. Alright, so I think we're just going to go ahead and we're going to get into this first game here and see how it goes. So we're going to go ahead and simulate the game. See how it goes. Okay, so we're just going to kind of come in here. Hopefully we can get off to a good start here as we get on a shorthanded situation, but kill it off. Kind of hoping we come out. Oh, nice goal by Panarin. Early goal. It's good to see. Don't like to see us taking all these penalties though. But I'm going to go ahead and simulate this period. Alright, so a 1-goal lead going into the second. I was not a fan of only 7 shots. Did see we're shorthanded a little bit, so If we can just keep firing them at the net, boys, get a couple of dirty goals, we should be good. So let's go ahead. An early goal by Nick Schmaltz. Nick Schmaltz right there. Another one by Patrick Kane. Go ahead and simulate this one. As we get 3 goals in this period, and then they finally get 1. It's 4-1. We're just going to go ahead and do this last period pretty quickly here. We should be able to take this game, no problem, as Ryan Suter makes it more of a game. Patrick Kane puts us in a 3-goal lead again. He's looking for his hat trick out there. Maybe he can get another playoff hat trick here. Maybe get the empty netter or something like that. Kind of tuck this game away. There's only 2 minutes left. And 1. And that's a nice big win as Jalmerson actually gets a goal with Devin Dubnyk in the net late. So a 6-2 win. Pretty dominating win right there. Let's go ahead and check out our 3 stars. Patrick Kane, 2 goals and assists. Jonathan Toews, 3. And Duncan Keith, 3. So definitely a big game from our first line there. So that's good. Hopefully our new players can step up here and play pretty well. Go ahead and sim up to this game here. With Thomas Vanek being back here, go ahead and edit the lines and I'll be back. Alright, now that I'm back, pretty easy swap. I moved Hartman down from the 3rd line to the 4th line, moved Mott from the 2nd line to the 3rd line, put Thomas Vanek up here. So definitely makes our team look a lot stronger with the 86 right here. Hopefully he can kind of come in. Let's see what his poise is. I should have checked that before we traded for him. 85, which is really good. Just curious. 95 and probably 95, yeah. Okay, and what are they? Panarin at 80. Okay, so we can go ahead and jump into the next game with our new skater, Thomas Vanek. I know he does have the little medical symbol next to him, but with being playoffs, you obviously have to play. Anybody's going to play if they're hurt, if they can, so it's just how we're going to do it. We're going to go ahead and we get another quick goal from Schmaltz, who's coming out in his first playoff series as 2 goals in 2 games. Another rookie going ahead and scoring a goal as it looks really good right there with 2 goals in the first period again. Go ahead and send this up as we get a 2-goal lead. That's really good. I want to try to get 3 goals before the 3rd period. I feel like that's a good amount of offense before the 3rd period. And Corey Crawford should be able to keep the door shut as we get a 5-on-3 but we don't score on a 5-on-3, which a little worrisome, but as of right now, Corey Crawford's playing fantastic. The offense is playing pretty well. Go ahead and start the third period up here, and we're going to see what happens here. Got 20, another power play. Looks like Nick Schmaltz gets his second of the game. It looks like it was a power play goal, so that's definitely good to see our power play starting to kick in here. As we kind of come down, they get within 2 goals here. Looks like they're probably third or fourth liner scoring on us. So I should probably check out their lines, which I'll do after this. Sorry about not doing that before we started this. As we get another win to take a 2-0 series lead going to Minnesota. So we definitely got to keep it going here and take the strangleholds. Corey Crawford only gives up a goal, so great save percentage. And then the 2 young kids step up big time there. So that's definitely good to see. We'll go ahead and continue. And, we'll actually go ahead and sim up to this game here, and then we'll go ahead and look at their lineups and see how all the other series are going, kind of get caught up around the league real quick, as we're going to try to keep an eye out. Even though we shouldn't be looking ahead, we should kind of keep an eye to kind of maybe plan accordingly here, as you got, it looks like the San Jose Sharks are probably going to sweep Dallas. LA's up 2-0. St. Louis is 2-1 to Nashville. Hopefully that can go 7. Kind of make it a long series so they can get tired. Ottawa's up 3-0 on Carolina, which isn't very surprising. You got Boston and Montreal, which would be a fantastic series, along with the Pittsburgh Penguins and Philadelphia. 2 huge rivalries over there going at it. Definitely more rivalry games are that way. You even got Tampa, Washington. Biggest rivalry on our side is probably us in Minnesota. So it's not looking too bad. Go ahead and check out their lines if I can find out how to do this. Let's see, can I look at the lineups like this, or do I have to go into edit lines? Can I do it? No, probably not. Yeah, no. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and look at their stats, kind of get an idea of who they got. I imagine it's probably didn't make any crazy trades or anything like that, so go ahead, and I think there's actually a way to do it like this. So we go into play game, and then we go ahead and select this, edit lines and strategies. I think you might be able to see starting lineups, maybe. No. I'll probably just edit most of this out. Is it under edit lines? Can I see Minnesota's from here? I cannot. Am I able to go to Minnesota's team, maybe? No, I can't. So let's go ahead, back out of this, exit that. So we'll just go ahead. I couldn't find it that way, boys, so we're just going to go ahead and do it this way. We're going to look at their season stats, just like this, and we're going to go ahead and go to Minnesota and kind of look at their players they have through that. I couldn't figure out how to do it the other way. If I do find out, I'll look for it in the upcoming series. Hopefully we have some more series here. They got Zach Parise, who had a decent season, Miku Koivu, who had a good year. They definitely look like a defensive team as far as their point producing. They only had 2 guys with over 20 goals. Pretty much 3 if you want to count them. So it doesn't look too bad. Ryan Suter, nice defensive. Eric Stahl's there. Jason Palmerville's hurt. That's definitely something I should check out here. So they are missing a key player there. So yeah, and Mikael Granlund. So they got 2 players down. Go ahead and look to see if maybe they got injured in this, or if they got injured earlier in the year. So, yeah, and then we'll go ahead and check out their goaltending. It's obviously Devin Dubnyk. We've already seen that. He was an 88 overall. And Darcy Kemper, 83. So they do have a pretty good backup in Darcy Kemper. Let's go ahead and check out the injury reports. Kind of see what's going down here. So we'll go into activity feed here. And we'll go ahead and go to player injury. See if anyone got injured in this series. No, Thomas Vanek. So it looks like both of those guys have been out for a while, so they might actually end up coming back here. Jason Palmville is out 2 to 3 weeks right there, 4-6. We'll try to remember that date and kind of see when he's coming back. 4-6, and there we go. And Eric Stahl's out a week or so, so they were kind of getting banged up. So we'll go ahead and look at 4-6 to kind of get an idea of when he's going to be back, if he's going to be able to make it back for this playoff series. Change up their lines probably pretty big. 4-6 is right here, so 1, 2, potentially could be back for Game 6 and Game 7. I would imagine probably not Game 4 or 5 because it said 2 or 3 weeks, so it's probably somewhere right around here, I would say. But we're going to go ahead and jump into this game right here. Go ahead and speed this up a little bit here. They're out shooting us 2-0. We're out shooting them now, coming out pretty strong. I do expect a good pushback because it's their home ice here. As Charlie Coyle gets one on third shot of the game for Minnesota right there. I think if we can stay within a goal here and after the first period, I was going to say we have a good shot. Now down by 2. We definitely need a big second period. Probably need our top line to start or step up. So I'm going to go ahead and start this up again. And hopefully in this second period we can try to turn the tables here. Get at least one goal here as they get the third goal on us on a power play. It looks like if we take another penalty following that. So we're going to go ahead and sim this period as we do get a goal there to get within 2. So within striking distance as Marian Hossa gets a goal. Go ahead and do this. Start the third period up. Down by 2. We definitely need Jonathan Toews to step up. He hasn't been passing the puck well, but I think this is the type of game. As Thomas Vanek, the new Blackhawk, gets a goal. So there's our trade deadline acquisition, getting us within 1 here. Hopefully someone can step up late here and get a goal. We haven't had a shot in a while, and they get the empty netter to ice it there. As we land up giving up Game 3 and have a 2-1 lead in the series still, as Charlie Coyle gets 2 goals, Parisi had 2 goals. So definitely do need a better first period. It definitely can't go down by 2 goals in the first period. We'll go ahead and sim up to this date here. We're going to go ahead and see if our AHL team even made it, and they did not. Doesn't look like they did very well just based off this month. Bunch of losses in there. Go ahead and go back here. So go ahead and jump into Game 4 here. This is definitely a pivotal game, as in we can either take a 3-1 lead or they can tie it up 2-2 and make it a 3-game series here. I would like to make this a quicker series. Hopefully we can kind of get this going here and take a big lead here as they get another early goal in the first period. Minnesota's definitely fighting on their home ice. They don't want to give it up to them. They know what's happened in the past against Chicago. And Brent Seabrook, Mr. Clutch in the playoffs, comes up, sneaks down in the slot, and rips one home with a slapper with the 1T. Nick Schmaltz, again, the rookie, coming up big. He must figure it out. Devin Dubnyk, as we get 2 goals here as the end of the first, ends up there with the 2-1 lead for the Hawks. Go ahead and start this up again here. Hopefully we can get another quick one. But Minnesota actually comes out far and gets a quick one. Jonathan Toews gets a tip in, followed by Patrick Kane, who looks like probably won the draw, moved it to him, just took a wrister and probably let a weak one sneak by, and Devin Dubnyk there as we get a 2-goal lead here in the second. So, liking the second period, liking the response so far from the Hawks as we get a power play here. Don't score on that. Got 1 minute left, just getting to the third period with a 2-goal lead. Corey Crawford's got to keep the puck out of the net here. This should be a game that we should win. The Corey Crawford should not give up 2 goals in this period, and we should probably get him an insurance marker as we start out on the power play. Don't get anything there. We are out shooting him. All right, keep more shots here. It seems to be a definitely defensive battle going on right here. Minnesota hasn't had a shot in a little bit. They finally get one right there as this period's winding down. Can the Hawks keep them off the board? 1 minute, and the Hawks... Oh, Nicholas Johnson gets the nice little late empty netter, and the Hawks take a 3-1 series lead. Coming back to Chicago, we'll go ahead and look at the 3 stars there. Jonathan Toews definitely deserves it. That quick response there to make sure that they didn't come back. Panarin with 3 assists. That first line definitely had a great game. Corey Crawford played well again. We'll go ahead and sim up to this one right here. So we get into this Minnesota game, we're going to go ahead and back out here. Hopefully I can have a locker room meeting or something like that. Yeah, there we go. So let's go ahead and look at this. See, anyone want to talk? No, we'll go ahead and hold a team meeting. We have the chance to end it tonight in advance. We can't give the other team life. And, well, let's see. I want you guys to play all... like this is your last game in the league. No. Calming, if we play smart, we'll work hard and win tonight. No. Demanding, we have to put the series behind us, build momentum for the next round immediately. Our fans have never been more excited. They're out here because they believe in you. Let's give them what they want. I think I like the motivating, except I probably going along is we've been here before. We've done this. We know what we're capable of. Jonathan Tays, step up. Tell this team what they want. You're the captain. I want you to be the motivating person here. I want you to be demanding, and I want you to have a huge game and close out this series here. So I'm going to go with motivating. And that did not do amazing. A lot of the big name players went down, but a lot of the young kids went up. So it's definitely interesting this year and how the morale works. But I do want a big game from Jonathan Tays and or Patrick Kane. Patrick Kane has known to tear apart the Minnesota Wild in the playoffs. So it would be nice to see Patrick Kane come out and just end this series like he's done in the past. On Chicago, home ice, don't want to have to go back to Minnesota. Anything can happen if you bring this back to Minnesota. So we definitely got an early power play here. Hopefully we can capitalize early, put the game away, rest our star players as we have 4 shots, so you get 1. If they score the first goal of the game, they're coming out fighting. That is Patrick Kane. He just kills Minnesota in real life, gets us a quick goal to respond there. Takes everything out that they had going for him. The crowd's behind us now screaming. It's just loud as Patrick Kane gets his 2nd goal of the game. Patrick Kane just finds a way to score goals in the playoffs against Minnesota. Just does it in real life. He does it in here as they tie the game up here, though. You know, Corey Crawford, 2 goals on 13 shots. 3 goals on 14 shots is not very good. Oh, Corey Crawford is not having a good game. Looks like a couple power play goals probably here. That's not good, as we definitely had a good first period as this comes up. And they get the 5th one as Charlie Coyle is just stepping up for them. Go ahead and look in the first period. Mikko Koivu had it. Go ahead here. Hopefully we can kind of fight back, claw, and let them know that they're not going to come in and try to do this. As they get, Charlie Coyle gets his hat trick, and they're just lighting us up at this point. It's just not looking good. I thought we were going to have a way better game than this, but our goaltending did not play well. 7 goals and 37 shots right now. It's just awful. As Nick Schmaltz goes ahead and gets a pointless goal for us. It's good to see him keep contributing here, but... And they get another one. 8 goals in a playoff game is just absolutely unacceptable. Just terrible. Clearly, Charlie Coyle should be the first goal. Yeah, that's just not acceptable. Patrick Kane comes out and plays so well, and then everything just goes wrong after that. An 8-3 loss. Definitely going to hold a meeting. Not going to be motivating this time. If I was in that locker room, I'd be pissed off. I would definitely, probably, I don't know if I'd be demanding, but I'd definitely be assertive here. Because that was not acceptable for performance here. I want you all to play like this. I just don't like the choice of words there. We have to put this series behind us. You know, I'm going to be demanding. Because I'm going to demand a better performance out of everyone in this locker room. Because that last game was an absolute piece of. So, you know what? We're going to go ahead and be demanding. That's what I want to see is big names. Patrick Kane, Duncan Keith, Hossa, and Johnson. All, you know, big names. Been here a while. Liking that response. Liking me being demanding of them. Because they know they're better than what they were last game. And they should respond right here. And, you know, end this series. Don't let him force a Game 7. Anything can happen in a Game 7. You never want to go to a Game 7. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start this period off here. I expect a quick goal here, preferably early on, as it doesn't look like it's going to be that type of game. Definitely looks like it's going to be a defensive battle with only 8 shots so far, halfway through the period total. You know, I expect our first line. I expect Jonathan Tays to be pissed off after that last loss and getting just embarrassed on home ice when they could have closed it out. End of the first period, 0-0. Shots are close. It's a close game so far. We're going to go ahead and start this second period. Jonathan Tays, you need to step up. This is your team. You're the captain. You're the one that's supposed to lead. Lead by example and take over this game here. And let's just go home, go back to Chicago, get a rest in, and get this next series going. Okay? It's absolutely unacceptable as it looks like it's going to be 0-0 going into the third with only a minute left here. Only a minute left. They're out shooting us. Anything can happen in this game. Again, you boys, you can't let them force a Game 7. Anything can happen in a Game 7. You're here. You don't want to play another game. You want to rest your bodies before the next series. Step up and take over. This is your time to shine. Your time to take this series. Don't allow them back in this. Don't allow them to come in and take away your 3-1 series lead and force it to a 1-game series. So get the power play. Don't score on the power play. Give up a power play. Get the penalty kill. 4 minutes left. Come on. Someone needs to step up here. Someone step up. And Zach Parise scores on Corey Crawford late to win the game for Minnesota as Minnesota manages to force a Game 7. Absolutely unacceptable from the Hawks. Corey Crawford played well. When you can't score a goal, you can't win. And, just not looking good right now. We're debating on making a line change. I'm going to go ahead and it looks like you got 2 sweeps on the far in the Pacific. Then you have 2 7-game series, 7-game series, and the Washington Capitals one. So definitely not what I was hoping for in this first series. As definitely looked like we were going to demand this and win this series pretty quick. As Minnesota's able to come back and force a Game 7. So it's not good. We're going to go ahead and, I do like our lineups. I'm not happy with the way we've been playing. Go ahead and hold the meeting again. I'm going to go ahead and read this. It's probably the same thing again. This is a lousy position to be in, facing, our fans are already calling for some heads. Yeah, they are calling for heads because you guys had a huge series lead and gave it up. To let them come back and force the Game 7, it's not acceptable. And I do expect my first line to step up huge. They better be strong. They better come hard. We're going to go ahead and jump into this now. Hopefully the studs, the stars of this team, the reasons why we're in the cap struggle, need to step up this game, need to come out hard, and they need to take over, and they need to win this game. Shouldn't be a fourth liner stepping up. It should be Patrick Kane, Jonathan Tays. Scandella gets an early one on Corey Crawford. Not looking good. Marcus Kruger, get a contract this year. Comes in the playoffs, scores a huge tying goal right there. Marian Hossa, veteran presence stepping up here. These are players that should step up. They've been here before. They've been down before. And they've won Stanley Cups before. They're the ones that should be stepping up as we get another power play. Okay, we're going to go ahead and keep this going. Jump right into the second period here on the power play. Don't get anything right there. We got to get at least 2 more goals here. Get a nice 3-goal lead. We need at least a 2-goal lead before the end of this period. Make sure we have a good lead. Power play again and don't score. Definitely have to take a look at our power play percentage because it's not looking too strong. A lot of power plays seem to be coming up and we don't seem to be capitalizing, okay? We're out shooting us. We have a 2-1 lead. Do not go back. Do not play defensively. Play aggressive. Take your chances and end this series. And let's move on. Put this behind us. Got to keep battling. It's Nick Schmaltz, the rookie, again comes up huge and gets another goal. And Desjardins, this is the Hawk that I like to see. Everyone's contributing here. I would like to see our top lines start performing a little more. That first line's been pretty quiet, but you know what? The depth picked it up. Even though I felt that the first line should be carrying this, as we can get out of here unscathed. Thankfully, you don't go and get a 3-1 lead and lose it to Minnesota. You battled Marcus Kruger with a huge game. Marian Hossa had a good game. That's the way that it should be. This is the way that you need to battle and win these games. Go ahead and move on here. We're going to find out who we play next. Go ahead and simulate a day here. We'll go ahead and stop simulation here as we get the St. Louis Blues. So, as you can see, Nashville, Minnesota, Calgary, Dallas, Carolina, Boston, Washington, and Philadelphia all got beat. As you look here, you have a California series over there, and LA, San Jose. That's a great series. You have Chicago and St. Louis, huge rivalries. So 2 rivalries over there. Ottawa, Montreal, battle in Canada, and Pittsburgh and Tampa. The battle from last year again. Definitely looks like a good playoff so far here. Nice battles going on here. We're going to go ahead and take a look at some of the stats here, though. See who did what for us here. We'll go ahead and look at player stats. We'll look at our team, and then we'll also look at St. Louis, kind of see who's doing what over there. So Nick Schmaltz had 6 goals. That's absolutely unreal. 6 goals in 7 games for 7 points. That's unreal. Duncan Keith, 7 points. Patrick Kane, 7 points. Tays, 6 points. Panarin, 6 points. Thomas Vanek, 6 games, 6 points, playing fantastic up front here. We weren't giving up too many goals, which is what I think the problem was. That one game was big there. Definitely amazing. Nick Schmaltz is just stepping up huge like that. Just playing out of his mind. I like to see that. That's great. As you know, Thomas Vanek's playing well. It's a nice pickup. Let's see, where is Clendenning? Richard Panik had 1 game. No points. +2 though, so that's good. See, does he have any hits or anything like that? 9 hits, so that's not bad. That's actually one thing I do want to take a look at. As Anisimov had 7 penalties in that series. That's awful. It's horrendous. You know, keeps looking like that. And discipline of a 90. Like, how do you have 7 penalty minutes when you're a disciplined player? It's not good. We'll go ahead and look at St. Louis's stats now. Go down here and look at St. Louis. Ryan Reeves had 14 pens. Okay, we'll go ahead and look at goals. Who is scoring goals? Tarasenko expected points. So they definitely are putting the puck in the net with all these guys more than a point per game, just below a point per game right there. Definitely are scoring goals. You know, Jaden Schwartz, Tarasenko, and Laterra, probably their first line right there. Followed by probably Fabry, Steen, and Paul Stastny. Actually, Paul Stastny is probably on their first line, I would imagine. Shattenkirk is hurt. So maybe, let's see, does it show me in here? No. I have to look, see how long Kevin Shattenkirk's out. That's definitely a big loss, as it looks like he got hurt in Game 7. Played 7 games. He's obviously out right now. Bouwmeester is hurt, just getting back, it looks like, though. But yeah, with Shattenkirk, definitely something we need to take advantage of. We'll go ahead and look at their goaltending real quick. Jake Allen, as expected, with great save percentage. So, great save percentage, not bad in the goals against. So definitely a good defensive team here. Let's go ahead and take a look at playoff tree. Just kind of get a good idea. So yeah, as you can see, that's the playoff tree. We've already seen all that at the bottom there. Just want to throw that in there just to give a visualization of everything here. Let's go ahead and go to here. We're going to check out the injuries. That's what I'm looking for. Souster's hurt. Souster. Kevin Shattenkirk hasn't came back yet, but it does look like he's going to be out for a while, considering he does have the symbol that says he can't play. Zucker got hurt there. Zetterberg must have got traded to Nashville. It's definitely weird to see. Good thing we don't have to play them. It's definitely a good team with Nashville. Bouwmeester. David Backes was hurt for Boston. So yeah, it looks like probably the biggest injuries, Kevin Shattenkirk. We'll see. I don't hope he's out for a while by any means. You don't want to see anyone get hurt, but if he is out for a while, it's something that we do need to take advantage of. So yeah, it was a pretty quick video, as we did go 7 games there, though. Had a little stretch where we struggled for sure, but I think this is where it's going to end. At a huge rivalry against St. Louis. We'll go ahead, end this video here, and we'll find out what we do. Thank you for all. If you have any comments or anything like that, go ahead and put them down there. Any suggestions for lineup changes or anything like that, and we can look into them, boys. Thank you again. If you liked, please hit the like button and subscribe.